Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So I wanted to take this opportunity while I had some time in my day here, and today is Monday, it's Memorial Day, to start filming again my Dermatillomania update. So basically I had already filmed one, however, I was cutting off my head in it and I didn't realize, and I filmed an entire video like that. So I think what I'm going to do is insert some clips and then I'll just basically come back to right here and give an update with everything and let you guys know how everything is going. I want to just like get right into it with you guys. So for those of you who saw my first video addressing dermatillomania, I wanted to kind of go off of that and say that I have gotten, some people that have reached out to me, and that it means everything. That's why I decided to kind of like go out on a limb and like put myself out there and be vulnerable, was because I do want like other people to be comfortable and feel like there's something out there for them, because that's something that I would have liked in my trying times, to be able to have like a resource available, something that makes me feel like I'm not alone, like I'm connected, and that I am still worthy even though I am struggling with something, and it's okay to struggle and normalize being okay with not being okay. And mental health lately has been so huge, and I just think it's so important for us to all nurture ourselves and take care of ourselves and kind of like eliminate the fear of what others may think of us or judgment, because at the end of the day, the only judge that you should be looking to is yourself, and being okay with who you are and feeling good about yourself, and not living to basically satisfy others and others' expectations of you, because then you're not living your life for you, and we're only given one. So you should be living it for yourself and making the most of each day and just being like satiated by your life. I've been doing really good. Like I would say the last like 2 weeks, maybe a little bit over 2 weeks, I've been doing really well. I mean, I've definitely faced some temptation, but I'm just so happy with my life and with how I've been doing and just like the strength. And I think just putting it all out there, it definitely helps with accountability, like the whole like mental game of it all. And knowing that you've kind of like opened up that door, it makes you show up for yourself. It makes you show up for yourself. And, wanting to be able to show people that you can have like spans of progress and strength, and really minimize like the negative effects of having an ailment. It's just like showing up for your life every single day, and the power of the try. And as far as the whole thought process of dermatillomania, for me personally, a lot of the times it's the perfectionism. So like for all of my perfectionists out there, when you are removing impurities, you feel like you're doing a service for yourself. You're getting something out of your skin that's not supposed to be there. Disgustingness, like for lack of a better word, even though that's not really even a word probably, but you feel like you're doing something beneficial, you're doing something that's accomplishing something, and you're feeling good about it. It's the perfectionism, wanting to have beautiful skin. Someone with beautiful skin wouldn't have these impurities in it. You're getting them out, you're giving yourself a clean slate. You're literally accomplishing the exact opposite of that, and you're creating this massive war zone of a face that's just going to be like completely red and inflamed, and you're going to have wounds, and you're doing the exact opposite. And in doing so, you're releasing bacteria that was safely being stored by an excretory organ, and you're spreading it around your face, and you're in fact doing the opposite and giving it more of an opportunity to spread and create more blemishes. You're also opening up a window for infection. So you're doing the exact opposite, and you're creating worse skin and more problematic skin for yourself, as well as the risk of infection. So you're really not doing anything good for yourself. And then also now afterwards, you have to deal with looking the way that you look, which has a very heavy, gigantic mental toll on our self-worth, and leads to us just like feeling just terrible about ourselves, just awful, on the floor, self-confidence on the floor. It's just this cycle of feeling bad and making ourselves feel worse. And our minds, they're not picking up on that. They're not thinking about how, you know, contraindicative it is that we're not achieving what we would like to achieve, that we're actually doing the opposite. It's a complete oxymoron. But to have to like rewire your thinking, it's very difficult. So you kind of have to ride the wave of discomfort and kind of like go through the urge and get uncomfortable in order to get past it, over it, and through it. And that's where the growth happens, is when you're uncomfortable. So it's like, get uncomfortable, learn to be okay with discomfort, learn to be okay with the anxiety, figure out alternative activities to do when you feel the anxiety coming. And that's huge. So it's like, as far as the thought process, you know, other things could be triggering as well. And that could be, you know, low self-esteem and lack of control with your environment. You know, this is something that you can hyper control. So when things in your life feel out of your, you know, span of control, then this is something that in the moment you're completely controlling something to the extreme. So that in itself can help to remove the anxiety of life stresses. But then obviously after you're done, you're going to have a new stress that is just huge. And just like anxiety, picking at your skin in the moment, it's an anxiety reliever. You know, people really enjoy watching like Dr. Pimple Popper and everything like this because it has that effect on people. It makes you feel good. It's a feel good hormones. Like, you know, it's one of those things that people love to watch and do. It's a guilty pleasure. When you are anxious or stressed, that could be a go-to activity that just always relieves it. So it's hard to remove that as your go-to activity and replace it with a healthy habit. Once you get going, there's basically the loss of that ability to stop. That's why we just have to work on not starting and ways to avoid the initiation. Because once you get going, you're in a trance. You're in a body-focused repetitive disorder. So at that point, it's incredibly hard to stop. And if you can stop, you should be extremely proud of yourself and really just like go off of that and figure out what helped, what you learned, what you're going to apply for next time. And to be okay with not being okay sometimes, being okay with not always feeling your best, being okay with not always doing your best. The whole point is just to be able to get through your life and not have this control you or dictate your happiness. Because at the end of the day, you should just understand that like it's okay to like be flawed. And we are all beautiful and perfectly made. And it's okay. Like, it's just a matter of being okay with yourself, loving yourself, and having like extreme grace with yourself, because you're beautiful, you're okay, there's nothing wrong with you, this doesn't make you disgusting or unworthy, you know, and just to be confident and just to say like, I'm okay with not always being okay, like I'm just gonna show up every day for myself. And it's like, to me, it's such an attractive quality in a person when they are just totally self-aware of like, I'm not perfect, but I'm gonna show up every day for myself and just try and like be better tomorrow than the person I was yesterday. Always striving for better, always reaching for excellence, never getting to a point in their life where they feel like they've accomplished it all and, you know, they're the best and all that, because it's like, we always want to grow no matter what. It is a never-ending journey of self-development. It is such a beautiful thing, and just be so grateful, thankful to be on this path of self-development. We got this. I'm doing good. It's possible. you know, I'm very realistic about it. I understand that I may not always be able to be this good, but I am so happy to be able to show you an example of someone who's gone a couple of weeks and is doing really good, better than I have done probably a year. So it is possible. You can do this. You can live with this. Keep going. Life is beautiful, and we just need to see the beauty in it no matter what. So basically, since the last time I had posted, it was kind of like a wave. So basically, I was doing really well, and then I wasn't, and then now I am again. And that's kind of the outlook for this. I don't feel like it's realistic to think that it's just going to be perfect and you're never going to get sucked into it or make a mistake, because it's an affliction, like it's an issue, it's a problem, it's something that once you start, you kind of lose that ability to stop. You lose the control aspect, and the control aspect is huge with OCD as well. And so, I mean, I'm feeling really good right now. I've been talking a lot about everything with my friend Anna, and she tries to give me advice, and just talking about it kind of makes me realize like triggers or patterns, and it made me realize that I was perpetually making mistakes on Sundays. And I feel like it's because my husband would have to go to work early, so I wouldn't have time to get myself together at all or feel good about myself or have any makeup on. And I wasn't putting on my crystals. And so I was setting myself up for failure, because I noticed that not having makeup on can be triggering, because anytime you're in front of a mirror, you can see anything and everything. You're drawn into it, whereas your makeup kind of acts like a shield. Or, you know, I don't always wear makeup. Most days I just wear CC cream. But that just kind of helps blur everything so that you're just less likely to pick, especially with anything on your face. I mean, having to wash your face off to do it, you have all of that time to kind of like redirect yourself from actually doing the picking. So that's helpful. And then also just like, I just find like I feel how I look. So if I look like a hot mess, I feel like a hot mess. If I am going around just looking a wreck, I'm gonna feel like a wreck. So just getting myself together and to some capacity, and that was kind of like a big thing for me. It was just realizing that I had to prioritize that and prioritize myself a little bit, and just carve out time for me to get myself together so that I could be the best version of myself for the day. And so I could eliminate the risks and triggers and change the patterns of what my Sundays look like. So that's been really big. So yesterday was Sunday, and it was good. I got through the day, and I'm very proud of myself for that. Like, I'm taking pictures of myself today, realizing that my skin is starting to clear out from all of its, you know, marks and damage and all that. It makes me feel really good. It boosts my confidence, and if I feel better, you know, picking, it's triggered a lot of times by anxiety. So it's like, if you're feeling better, your anxiety is going to go down, and you're going to have lessened the likelihood to have picked. So all in all, that's been really good. And just like, the main thing is just perseverance, and just not giving up, and not losing that integrity of the fact that you are fighting the good fight and you're showing up for yourself. Because once you show up for yourself, you're going to be the best version of yourself for those that you love. And in putting yourself first, that is putting the people that you love first too. Avery deserves to have the best version of me as a mother. Chris deserves to have the best version of me as a wife. My friends deserve to have me at my best, to be the best version of their friend. And so in showing up for myself, it's really also equally showing up for everyone else. And it's just making me happier. It's making me feel more fulfilled. And it's allowing me to feel accomplished. Like, I am tackling something and getting through it, and everything that I have dealt with has made me a stronger person, and I am removing the like fear from it and the embarrassment, and I'm just like owning it and owning my issues and not being embarrassed whatsoever, because everyone has things that they have to deal with in their lives. And I just feel like the strength comes in us talking about it and coming together and just normalizing our feelings and our tribulations and our trials, and just getting through everything together and being united. And there's just so much power in that. And in order for me to help others, like, I'm also helping myself, because I'm making myself accountable. By putting everything out there, I'm more accountable. It's not something I'm trying to hide, because a lot of times when you're hiding something, you're actually protecting the habit. So once it's out there, you're really giving yourself that level of accountability, and I just feel like at that point you've reached the next level of, or stage of change. So that's where I'm at with it. And I hope that this can inspire other people, that this is something that is obtainable, and that we can get through this together, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. So you have my support here. Please like and subscribe. There will be more videos in the future. Have a beautiful day. I hope you had a great Memorial Day, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.